my fellow viewers and subscribers. This is Supercholatemilkshake, and I am here with a quick little update, and this is right after getting back from Witten, South Dakota. Just so you know, I was in Witten just for a little bit to go to my grandpa's celebration of life. It's one of the very first times I cried, and honestly, I kind of need to cry anyway, because it's not good to hold up that kind of pent-up emotion, especially for myself and the people around me. So, yeah, it was actually kind of good to just cry naturally for once, but I feel like change is on the horizon, and to tell you the truth, part of it just came to me when me and Sarah were just walking around Witten. Witten, South Dakota isn't a very big town, and honestly, it wouldn't take too long to walk from one end of the town all the way to the other, but honestly, it's a beautiful little town too, and I'll show you a few pictures of what I snapshot around with my professional camera while walking around, since it was the perfect time to bring out that camera and actually use it. But when it comes down to the whole of things, I actually turned my older sister after the celebration of life, and we were walking back to the area that the house that we were staying in, because there was like a halfway house or a kind of like bed and breakfast hotel style house, but they don't really offer breakfast. You have to bring breakfast yourself. Actually, most of the stuff that you're going to be using, you have to bring yourself. It's not like a luxury hotel or anything, but it is a very nice place. And honestly, it's a beautiful little place to stay. It's actually a very nice, beautiful little place to stay. And I will say that. But me and Sarah were walking back to that place, and I kind of looked at her and said, do you think things are going to change from here on out? Like, she was a little bit confused with her answer, but honestly, my feeling was, yes, I do think things are going to change. And, you know, as much as some of this change may be a good thing, like, I have a funny feeling that if I don't start making some of the appropriate changes that need to be made, then I'm going to have changes enforced upon me that I know I'm going to not like. So right now, I'm trying to actively plan a bit more for the future, and I'm actively trying to plan a bit more for what I'm going to be doing from going out here on forward. I'm not going to necessarily quit this YouTube channel yet, because, you know, I still put a lot of heart and soul into it, and, you know, it'd be just kind of sad if I just let it die. But at the same time, I'm also planning on trying to improve my life. I need to start working towards building a better future for myself and trying to do things that might improve myself in the long run as well. Because at this point, like, seriously, if I don't necessarily do it, things are going to happen, like my grandpa's death, that are going to completely and totally change absolutely everything. And this is just going to derail absolutely everything that I originally had planned. Like, for the example, the month of scares. Like, again, don't expect it to be too much. I am going to have a few videos to upload for the month of scares. This is not one of them, by the way. This is just me talking about my experience and, you know, my takeaway of all of this and what happened, and my takeaway for after the celebration of life. And, well, I kind of started coming up with a brand new plan. Like, yeah, actually, tell you the truth, in the long run, yes, I am still going to end up quitting my current job. It's probably going to happen, but it's not going to be as sloppily executed as Taco John's was last time. In fact, when it comes down to it, I want to be out of this house before I quit that job. And the primary reason why, because of that, is so that I don't have to deal with my dad yelling at me and chewing me out because I just decided to quit my job. And I wanted to go full in on what I really wanted to do, where I wanted to go a little bit more in on making YouTube videos and developing games, because, you know, this stuff takes time, okay? And time is a valuable resource to all of us. And it's something that, you know, any death should make anybody realize, is that, you know, time is important. Time should matter to all of us. And you know what? This is also something that I also want to develop on, too. I want to develop on my own social skills. I want to make more friends. I want to meet new friends. I want to get back in contact with the friends that I already have. Because, you know, it's been a while since I talked to my good friend Michael, who runs the Impressionless channel. Like, honestly, I think the last time I talked to him was first Thursday of, like, June, July, no, June, because they didn't have one in July and they didn't show up for the ones in August or September. So, though granted, September was kind of disappointing when it came down to first Thursday anyway. But I did record the one for August, which actually wasn't that bad. It was kind of fun to go to, but September, yeah, I don't even know why they had that one. It was just not a good showing at all. But anyway, I digress. The real thing is that basically I kind of want to get in contact back with him. And then also I have another good friend from high school that I also would like to get in contact with. He got in contact with me just before the game jam start, but we didn't get any contact any further. I'm going to have to try and see if I can get back in contact with him again. Maybe we'll have a day to hang out or something. Maybe make a video, or maybe plan out a ridiculous video for this channel, or maybe something for him. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Not everything is set in stone until after it's done, you know? But, you know, when it comes down to it, I really want to stop wasting my time. And I want to start doing a bit more with my life. And I don't want to feel like I'm depressed all the time. So in this case, I'm going to be changing up my plans. And unfortunately, as much as I shouldn't talk about financial stuff on this channel, because I know it's not a financial broker channel, I am not a financial expert by any means, okay? Like, if I have money, then I have money. If I don't have money, I don't have money. It's just as simple as that. Like, what more do you need to know? What advanced technology and tips do you need to show me to know that, hey, look, this isn't working, you know? But, no, the real truth is that basically I am going to be planning out my financials just a little bit more and a little bit around of my current situation right now. In fact, when it comes down to it, I am going to have talks with my landlord's payment taker thing? Accountant? Okay, we'll just settle with accountant. My landlord's accountant, which also happens to be my mom. Which, by the way, in case you're wondering, granted, I know she could be a bit harsh at times, but she's still one of the most sweetest ladies on earth. Okay? How on earth she married my... Okay, no, I'm not going to go there. I don't think I should go there. But, you know, I want to talk to her, and I might try to get this worked out just for a little bit to see if I can be able to get my rent to being taken out with each and every paycheck to maybe being taken out at least once a month. So that way I'm paying out my monthly rent. And beginning or end, that's for her to decide and figure out. But for me, basically, I'm just going to be going like, yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully it might be able to encourage me to save up a little bit more and to not spend nearly as much, because that's probably one of my biggest problems right there, is that I spend a little too much. And unfortunately, how much I have to pay in rent, which is still $900, is not exactly the best thing. Sometimes I end up having to pay lower, but that's only because she gives me her good graces. Dad choose the living daylights out of me for that, but you know what? Maybe with this, maybe I might be able to make full rent and still be able to save a little. Because the idea is to save up just enough to hopefully get myself out of this house. I mean, not exactly into a house of my own, but a place that I can rent and live decently at, you know? And I mean, whether if it's going to be here in the United States, here in the state of Wyoming, whether if it's going to be in a different state, or heck, even if I have to move abroad, I will do it, by all means, of course. Like, I mean, as long as I can be able to find a decent place that I can live decently and, you know, still be able to support myself and still be able to buy food and, you know, pay the electric bills and the internet bills so that I can still keep doing this YouTube thing and, you know, still probably work a part-time job that I can probably enjoy and still live off of that. You know, like, that's kind of what I would really like to do. Because, you know, then of course at least I would get more time to focus on some of the things that I'm more passionate about, things that I gotta work on, and the things that I can do without somebody nagging me about how much money I'm making or the lack thereof. At least somebody who would have a little more grace with me and a little more patience and tolerance with me, you know? And granted, it's not like Dad doesn't have any patience and tolerance with me, because, I mean, you know, it's amazing that I still haven't been kicked out of the house yet, but And I don't want to test that either, okay? Just for anybody's curiosity. No, I am not testing that, and I don't want to test that. You know, he's still my dad, and I still love him. I mean, even if he's not perfect, he still has kept me out of serious trouble. And, you know, he has taught me a little bit better about, you know, not making dumb decisions. Though, granted, there are some decisions that I do make that don't seem dumb, but to him seem dumb. But I don't know what on earth. Okay, yeah, what on earth qualifies for dumb? I have no idea. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. My brain is bunny trailing. The real plan is that basically I'm going to be trying to save up as much as I possibly can so that I can get myself out of the house. And then once I do that, I will try to find myself a little bit of a better paying job that I can work at part-time, that, you know, maybe I can be able to start enjoying myself and doing more with my life and start going places and, you know, maybe start meeting new people and doing more things. And then maybe also being able to create more content for you guys on the YouTube channel, being able to focus on my my passions for developing games, and you know what, maybe hopefully delivering on some of those passions, you know? So that maybe I wouldn't just be considered a pathetic nobody for the rest of my life. Like, again, something that I kind of want to make a difference on, just for my life in general, and something that I need to work on altogether. So anyway, I don't know who the heck is calling me, but I'm not even going to bother answering it. So anyway, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. And I'll see you all in the next video. This is Superchocolatemilkshake, signing off.